many people have heard of chicken saltimbocca? Right? Most of them. So basically, it means jump in your mouth, and it's just a combination of fresh sage and salty ham. Most people use prosciutto. I like to use speck, which is smoked prosciutto, like a smoky ham flavor. And the chicken, I like it to be nice and thin, and to avoid having to literally pound out the chicken, what I do is horizontally halve the chicken. So you bring your chicken breast home from the grocery store, and even if you're gonna make cutlets, you would wanna do this. You'd wanna cut into the chicken and across, right? Here, we're gonna cut all the way through, so you end up with two portions, two little guys, right? So it's Marsala mushroom chicken saltimbocca. Yum! Right? Okay, so the chicken, back to our Chicky Wiki. A little S&P, we always season from above, so we get an even distribution of salt and pepper. And whenever you're working with raw poultry, it's good to portion out what you need to touch, so you don't have any cross-contamination, okay? So salt and pepper, our sage, and then you shingle, okay? You marry the ham like this, put the chicken on top, and then wrap the seams around and under the chicken breast to keep it all together. Like this, okay? So we've got a whole big pile of them here. If you butcher 4 pieces of chicken breast, then you're gonna end up with 8 pieces, and that's enough for 4 people. Everybody gets 2 pieces. Most wild mushrooms are not really foraged for and wild. Now, there's exceptions to this. If you're working with morels, for instance, they do need to be soaked, but generally, in chanterelles. If you're working with portobellas, creminis, things you get in the grocery store, right? You want to just bring them home, take a damp cloth and wipe them, stem them, do not run them underwater, and then we're going to remove the gills in this case, because the portobellos have these little gills on the underside that will make your dish look muddy. So we're gonna gill them. When we're cooking with mushrooms, do not salt them until they've browned. Salt draws out liquid. The mushrooms will get darker and deeper in color quicker for you if you hold off salting them until after they've browned. I added a few tablespoons of butter to the pan. I browned the chicken in olive oil, EVOO, 4 turns of the pan. Browned all the chicken in 2 batches, okay? Look at how good that looks. Now don't take it all the way. You just brown each side, and you see how the ham gets nice and crispy? The smoky speck gets nice and crispy and tight, and you can see the shape of the sage leaves underneath just kind of waiting for you. So exciting. So then I put the butter into the pan. I'd say used about 3 tablespoons. And I threw the mushrooms in. See how dark, deep, meaty brown they get? And they're really, really fragrant. They smell more like steak at this point than mushrooms. Now we can go ahead and season them. Woo! Lots of fresh thyme, a little salt and pepper, lots of finely chopped shallots, 2 large shallots or 4 small. And we'll let these guys work a bit. While the shallots are cooking out, I'm gonna slice up some garlic. Garlic goes in last so we don't bitter it or brown it. This funny little doohickey is a truffle shaver, but I use it for sliced garlic. Okay, now we're gonna put our garlic in. And our side dish for this is just some charred bread to mop up the sauce. Sauce, you say, Rach? We don't have no sauce. Where's the sauce? In the bottle. We're gonna add Marsala. Fortified wine with a very particular sweet flavor, very lush. Good, slow 3 turns of the pan. And when we cook with spirits, we let them reduce out first. We let the alcohol start to burn off and the flavor concentrate. When we're down to about 1/2 cup of liquid in the pan, we're gonna add chicken bone broth or chicken stock and let that marry. And we're going to finish the sauce with some lemon. We're going to char this sucker directly over the open flame.